All right, all right. All right, all right. We are about to get this ball rolling. Rolling, rolling. Just have to wait, is Prime? What is his schedule? So weird. Does he have a schedule? Read to me, daddy. Program me, daddy. At 11 a.m. And he's online at like 8:30. Yeah, so weird. Okay. Okay, okay. So, okay, I have a. We'll get this thing started up here. So I've got like a couple. Starting up the stream, and I have a couple of things. I got some video ideas. So I made a video where I just like kind of just 2x speed, did 2x speed on like me like solving a Leetcode problem. I think I can actually, that might actually work well for content. And it's super, super easy to make actually. Let me swap this, and then let me turn off my, actually Bluetooth that disconnects stuff. And I'm gonna see if I can get this video going. Yeah, so like I was thinking about making like short videos because these might do well where I like just like 2x speed, right? Like I think what sucks here is that like you can't see the whole screen, but like, you know, I lose that, but I think something like this could do well. Maybe, I don't know. I might watch something like this if it's like just a 1 minute short, or even like a compilation too. You know, maybe I could add like some memes or something or stuff into here, but I think this is good. I think it's pretty good. That was one of the video ideas I had, and I've got like a couple others that might be like maybe motivating, inspiring. I'm not sure. Not sure. But that's that. We have, it's today. Tomorrow is the Leetcode contest, so we'll be doing that, and hopefully popping off once again. Get like another rank 4,000 ish. Would be good. Got 3,000. What is this? 8,000, 9,000, and 3,000. So kind of hovering between those, but see how it goes. Get another boost. I predict that I will gain elo. That's gonna be my prediction. And some other things to go over. I want to go over like generators in Python. Let's see. And then I want to go over func tools and iter tools, just so I can use them in the future for some cool stuff. But yeah, I want to play around with that. Let's see, what is it? Python compiler. And I can play around with it like here. Just this online compiler. Just put this code here. Some guy like wrote a whole like thing I think on it. What resources can I use to learn more about generators? Python. There was one guy who like did it. I don't even remember what his name was. He like wrote an entire book on Python. Decorators. What are some cool Python decorators too? What are some? I think this is fine. Okay, so we got here is decorators, async. I think that's okay, but here generators is stuff I kind of want to do. Other stuff isn't gonna help me too much. And there's like data structures. I got that, and then property allows you to turn class methods into properties. Static method at functools.wraps. Can make your own decorator, allow your cache. I know that. Single dispatch. What about for logging? Let's see if there's anything useful for that like in here. Book tools wrapper. I can make my own. That's interesting. It seems like it'd be really useful. Yeah, it seems like it would be really useful to be able to do this. Just create some function. It takes in another function. Interesting. So now you can do like prints. It takes in the function, so this will take in the function of AB, add AB. It'll take the return from calling that function. And so then you can get the value of what it returns and try that. You can say that you're calling it, then you actually call it, and then erase the error. Just need the args and KW args. Oh, and this is why we have cache. This is from FuncTools. Then we get compare. Total ordering. Oh, so these are all just decorators. Accumulate. Single dispatch. Then here you can check the arguments. Can go through every argument, can check the types. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. It's just for checking the types though. You can probably check the size of them too. Would be my guess. It's pretty wild. And then what is single dispatch? Used for creating generic functions, allowing implementation depending on the type of the first argument. Okay, I don't think I would ever use that really, where you have two different types to a function. I think you would just make a new function. Update wrapper. Yeah, I think but being able to make, probably if I could think about like just the road of like growing as in Python would be making my own decorators. It's probably going to be like, you know, kind of cool. I could see it for logging. Logging is probably really cool. And then for input validation, maybe. Because then you have like all the input validation like externalized. So the code is just cleaner. You can still have your functions. And then maybe you can actually check like, you know, the strings or whatever, or if it's in some format. Not going to help me too much for Leetcode though, but I would like to learn that. I think a generator would actually help me for Leetcode though. So like this stuff up here, using this yield, or using like this yield, where you can iterate through them, and then doing like, I think that's in like next iter, or whatever. Like something like that. Object is not an iterator. Do you have to convert it to an iterator like that? Nope. Is it like that? Function is not iterable. Do I do this? Did I mess this up? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I think, what are some other examples of generators? What are some other useful examples of generators? Just go through and look at these. I don't really consider this a generator though. Oh, yield. Okay, I see a yield. I thought it, because I was like, I think it needs to have a yield. Generate some IDs. This is cool. So you can just stop the program basically and exit. And then here you just take the data that you need and you can filter it. Fibonacci sequence, but it's one number at a time. This seems kind of useless because you could just, I think, just set the sequence to 10 or whatever, and I don't think it has any improvements. Chunking large data sets, okay. What are the benefits of using generators in Python? Is there a benefit to using the Fibonacci with a generator? So make sure, see if I'm missing something. I think this is mostly just like it, because it's an iterator, you can go kind of step by step and you don't need like all the memory, what I'm understanding, but for this one, it just seems kind of pointless. It just kind of lets you like iterate through, I guess. Like, so you can say like for num and nums or whatever, for num and Fibonacci, without, I guess, like using an array. So I guess you're saving space here because you're calculating it like on the fly kind of. So I guess still this is using less space because you don't have the array of like size n. So you just, yeah, just don't need memory. Yeah, it's definitely memory efficient for sure. Okay, cool. So we got this. So generators and memory efficient. And then got some functool stuff for the wrappers. Basically being able to make my own. But I have to memorize the syntax, I think. Or have it in notes or something. that I can just like use it real quick. Not sure how, I don't think I'm going to be able to memorize it without using it several times. And then we get iter tools, count, cycle, repeat, accumulate, chain, group Y, some combinatorics. And you get the product. I feel like accumulate's pretty important because it does this is basically like a prefix sum. You could do it in one line. Then chain, you can like save space, I think, instead of like doing like a plus. That would be actually the faster time complexity. Okay, cool. I've got this. I got this. So we're good on this part. I think now I just kind of would have to put these in my notes, most likely. So I can actually reference them for the future. So I'll try to do that, put these in my notes. So we'll have like my notes section. Then we got combinations. What I'm gonna do is write this down a bit. Okay, so here are generators. And then I'll just put this as an example. Python. Yield to tell the program stop. Saves memory. Can make pre-processing faster. Yeah, okay, cool. Can save memory. And then we've got some func tools. Can make your own decorators. Let's say like output validation. We're gonna take that. Yeah, also another one like like generating IDs. Cool, so we got this. Which will be a bit longer. You have to call the wraps function. You have to have a function that takes in a function, and then you have to have in like the arg types. So I guess like are the arguments of the thing, and if you don't want it to, then this goes crazy. I'm logging. I'll put this here. As those decorators, I think those are probably the only ones, at least for the moment, that I really care about. And then just being able to make my own decorators, I think would be cool. Because then you can just abstract away and you don't need to use like object-oriented programming. Okay, so that's that. And then we'll go into itertools. And you can use accumulate for that. You've got chain, things like that. And then how does next work in Python? Okay, get this one, we get, oh yeah, the product stuff is what I wanted. Permutations and product. I want the differences between those. Here we go. Yeah, this will help me to use permutations for itertools. I've done a couple times, and you get zip longest, chain. You get chain. I guess group by too, but I don't really understand group by. Did you know about the trick x equals 0, prefix sum, x equals, x plus el for el in my list. I think that, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. And what is up? Solaris 428 or Solaris. What is up? That's the walrus sign. The walrus sign operator. I think that's new in Python. It constructs the prefix sums for a given list. Yeah, I don't know the walrus operator, but I think you can use like the list comprehension. What do you call it? This thing, something like this, to yeah, to generate it for some list. What would that look like? I'm not sure what that would look like for prefix. Maybe it would look like I guess maybe similar to that. No, no, actually, it actually wouldn't work. It'd be too awkward. But with the accumulate, it looks like, whoops, it looks like this. It should be, or better yet, ugh. Yeah, it looks like just accumulate. That'll do it. But yeah, also I don't know what the walrus operator does. Do in Python. Yeah, I just want to have these so I can like expand out my Python abilities just a bit. So like know how to do like the try catch a bit. But I guess I also add these to my notes. Also, I don't do type hinting. I do not do type hinting. Is yeah, new in Python 3.8 assigns values to variables as part of an expression. Assigns the value to the variable and evaluates to the value. Allows you to assign the, so I think I guess good on these notes and I can just reference them for later, but then move this here. I wonder if Google has released like a guide on Python Google style. I wonder if they've released a guide on their thoughts on Walrus. Nope, nothing. Nothing. No thoughts. What's Pepsi? This guy really wrote this thing out, huh? All of his ideas on why assignment expressions are being used. Yeah, pretty weird. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I just don't do any of that stuff. Okay, so I wanted to look at and see like what are, because I wanted to see if I could, I guess, give any insight to Pat on his Atlison interview. So I was kind of curious to see like if what are their most asked problems. So I just wanted to, I guess, quickly go over these, but that said, these things are pretty long, so I guess we'll see how long we go. But I'm gonna click these and then see if there's any overlapping questions or something. I'm also just kind of curious. Implement a class. I like how you bodied the third interviewer. What? Hired during the COVID hiring from when any Tom, Dick, and Harry got multiple offers. Wild. Yeah, it doesn't matter though. It's India too. Lead software engineer. A lot of Indians. Jeez. I didn't realize Atlison hired so much in India. Oh yeah, then there's low level design. I was gonna tell Pat that he needs to make sure that he studies low level design for that one, or it's I don't think it's gonna go well. Hi, what they ask? What they ask? I hate how like selfish most people are, but I really shouldn't be surprised, honestly. So people are studying. Okay, something about employees and a badge. That's okay. Can we connect on LinkedIn? Why are people asking to connect on LinkedIn? That's weird. With anonymous. We got India too. Didn't know Coinbase was hiring in India, but I guess every tech company is. Can you always choose your preferred language in interviews? Yeah, you can. Yeah, I think you tell them beforehand. I think. I mean, my guess they're probably companies that only want candidates of a specific language, but I think the idea behind most companies is that like a good programmer is a good programmer so they can work with any language. Like their idea is that like we don't need to test your language because like any programmer can just pick up another language. So I think like their goals, the goals of big tech companies are to do that. So most big tech companies don't care, and I think most companies probably don't care, but probably exceptions. Generally, yeah, I would say you can choose though, in my experience. Yeah. How is life going? How is life in France? And how's the Leetcode going? Are you ready for the contest? Got one tomorrow night. You know, one idea that I have is that I want to like fix this website. I feel like it takes super long to load up for some reason. Zero track. It takes a really long time for it to update the contests. Like if I go here and I go to like contest 387, there's no data and I don't understand why. Like I mean we're not running on that high of a data set, right? There needs to be like some kind of optimization. So what I might do is look at the code, go into like the GitHub repo and see if I can improve this to where we can like not have to wait so long. I don't know. Or just maybe even come up with my own. Yeah, true. I can only do the bi-weekly contest. True. Because it's like 4 a.m. for you, like 3 a.m. I still don't know what to apply for or how. Wait, what do you mean you don't know what to apply for? Yeah, 3:30, yeah. What do you mean? Apply for what? You don't know what job you want to do? Why is it blurred out? I guess they blur it out because Carrot will try to search for it. They'll try to do their searches. But I don't know what you mean by that you don't know what job to do. I think I'm trying to think like what do you mean like programming like front end or back end? Or you don't know what programming language you want to do? Do people hate Carrot? I wonder. Oh, and this guy got the same thing. Rate limiter. This is India. Okay, cool. This doesn't look bad actually. It looks like they reuse their questions. Because this is the second time I've seen rate limiter. And this one's tic-tac-toe. I'm just out of school. Haven't really worked before except for my internship, but I didn't like what I did. Data science and a bit of front end. Uh-huh. Makes sense. You'd be really good at Leetcode for someone who's really or just out of school. You're very good at algorithms. Yeah, I can't really I guess I mean I can't really offer any advice for that because I think it kind of just depends on the person. On what the person wants to do. And you could probably, I don't know, I guess just try like one thing or just say, hey, whatever, just apply to everything. It's not a bad idea. Just apply to everything, see what happens. If you have like experience in both, but you don't know which one you prefer doing. Another question was similar to design file system. Oof, that's rough. Yeah, it looks like they're probably just asking like their Leetcode ones. It seems to be the case. Rate limiter question. Just low level design. Dang. Am I aiming for a specific company? Not really. Nope. I think like just with my skill set right now, I think I can pass like really any programming interview. So like it doesn't really make any sense. Like the only thing, it just doesn't make sense for me to go for like some really weak startup, or it doesn't make sense for me to go for like some really weak startup that's offering like you know way less money basically. That's like my only like criteria, I think. I think one thing that'll help me like you know with doing content creation too is probably having like, or just my brand I guess in general would you know be having like a big company, but I don't really care. I just want to like be paid, I guess, basically for like what my interview skills are at, which and they're at like a pretty high level. My only weak spot is system design, but the more I practice that, the better it'll get. So, but I'm not really focused on one company or something. Let's see here. Okay, low level design. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think Pat's gonna be streaming too. Probably what? Shoot, probably like 5 hours. But okay, well, this is good. This is like a pretty standard, pretty normal interview. I think he's gonna do rough on the system design though, but I think he's got pretty good odds on this. I think these just seem like they're the same questions over and over again. Let me do Glassdoor Atlison for this final one, and then probably just call it there. And then we'll actually go into solving some Leetcode. But I did just want to go over those two things. I was just curious. How many companies just like reuse their questions and don't bother changing them at all? Which it's probably a lot of companies. So do software engineer. It should be United States. India, it gets kind of trippy. The interviews in India are really hard. No questions, no questions. Bro, waste of time. Took 2 months. Did 6 interviews plus an assignment. Oh boy. Allison thing is crazy, man. What a terrible process. 6 interviews. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Just interview after interview after interview. This is the Bangalore. Yeah, these are like again the Indian ones where like the the skill level is like so high for whatever reason in India. Like it's kind of weird because you would think that like if India were better programmers, right? They would get harder interviews. Like they would give harder interviews because the Indian candidates are better. But if that were the case, then India should be like a tech like superstar. And I don't understand. I don't think India is a tech like software engineering like superstar or like world power. It's like going out for 6 dates to find out that you're her best friend. True. You get the friend zone. Wasted all of that time. Bro, software engineering was so good 2 years ago. It was like, it was so much like, it was cake to get an interview. You would have like every single day, there would be some company who was begging to hire you. It was like so good. I'm sure like we're gonna get those days again. That probably won't happen for like another like 10 years or something. I don't know. They don't hire Aussies? What? Those Aussies? Yeah, okay, so nobody actually gives out any other questions, just the rate limiter. Rate limiter, rate limiter, rate limiter. Everyone's doing rate limiters, yeah. Maybe Indian good coders simply migrate to other countries like US brain drain. Yeah, but it's kind of weird though, like because if that's the case, then like their interviews are still hard in India though. So like why though? And like the only really thing I can think is that the candidates are doing too well on the interview, so they like want to up it. I don't know, but like their interviews are still harder. So something. This one's good. Color picker system. I had this one for Amazon, I think. I don't remember what I had for Amazon, but like it had something to do with like a low level design of like using colors, and it's like object oriented, something like that. Yeah, but yeah, but you're saying like the good coders actually just migrate, but like I don't know, because migrating seems like pretty easy. Like I think you just do most, or at least from what I can tell, is that people get a master's degree and they'll do education. So they'll go ahead and study. They'll apply to like some college in the United States and then look at their master's degree here. And then once they get the master's, then they'll start applying to companies, and then those companies will take them, which is definitely a thing. I think like maybe 50% of all companies are all like big tech companies. 50% of them are like H-1B visas. Like they're like people who are Indian or Chinese, and they came here because they were studying, and then they like got their visa from the job basically. So I mean, like it's definitely common, and there is like some level of brain drain probably, but like I think the barrier isn't really being a good coder. I think it's just I don't know. What I just said is like so complicated, and they were like that actually doesn't have any structure to it, but because there's like several different aspects. Like this isn't like a one singular issue. It's like a not an issue, but like it's not a one singular like causation. There's a lot of different aspects to it. We can't really pin it on one thing. Basically, that's my thoughts. Okay, okay. So yeah, this Atlassian thing actually seems easy. Seems like they just ask the same question. Okay, that was just what I was curious about. How many companies are just asking the same questions without changing anything? I think it is more surprising amount. Okay, we got iter tools. Okay, so I'm going to go through a random problem. We're going to do a 1600 problem to 1700, and we get like the top of the pin. So that's fun. Oh God, please no. Convert to base 2. I tried solving this one and I could not solve it. I really tried and it was so weird. What a weird problem. I think what I'm going to do is maybe like just turn it off. not turn it off, but like look up the solution for negative base 2. Yeah, negative 2. So what changes when it's negative is that like every odd number that you add is subtracting from it, and every even number is adding to the number. Yeah, so like there's something about that where you have to like add, I guess, a ton of numbers, and then you have to subtract them away to see if you can get the other number. But I don't know like the part of it. I don't know like the sequence. Oh my god. I think that just started playing because I took out my AirPod. Can I get a hint? Figure out whether you need the ones digit or not, and shift by 2. Figure out if you need the ones digit. How would we know if we need it or not? I don't know. I do not know. Like, because you wouldn't know if you need the one, because how would you know, right? Unless you started from the right and you made it really big, but like I don't really get it. I don't really get it. I think, and I tried this one earlier too. I just could not. Don't really understand. I'm probably gonna end up looking up the solution because this doesn't really make sense. The only thing I can think of is you try every single combination. So you start at like 10 to the 9th, you place it there, and then you just keep like trying every combination randomly, and then until like from like 10 to the 9th to see if it works. But like that's not gonna pass. That's too big. That's too much iterations. Trying every single combo and then checking if it equals. Okay, or I could just like leave it, I guess, as like in the ether, but I don't know. I don't think it's bad to look at the solution, and then I'm not gonna code it, but just look at it. Binary ballet. Check if it's even or odd. If it's odd, then add it, or you just add it, and then you n minus n divided by 2. What? What? That doesn't make any sense. Thank you. How about add minus? Done. Kind of my idea, right? Just do base 2, but like it only works on evens. And then you have to add some kind of minus. I don't know. Base 2. Divide n by 2. Base negative 2 is no different, except we need to divide n by negative 2. Really? Check the last digit. And then 1 minus 1. If the last digit is 1, and then you divide n by 2. You have to understand how we do base 2. Nice. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. All right, we'll go on this other one. Holy joy. Thanks for the follow. if you're new here, I am solving Leetcode every single day, trying to get better, trying to get a job. The most important thing here. That's the goal. Hello, hello. Holy J4J, J4J, J4Y, my bad, J4Y, J4Y. But yeah, so the goal here is to get a programming job, and couldn't do that by just Leetcode just practicing every single day. So yeah, nothing really else happening. I had some interviews a couple days ago. Most likely didn't pass them, unfortunately. But just got to keep improving. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. So I'm doing some zero track problems just to challenge myself and solve problems that I try to solve problems that I can't normally solve. So, okay, given an n by n integer matrix grid, return the minimum falling path sum with non-zero shifts. A falling path non-zero shifts is a choice of exactly one element from each row of the grid such that no two adjacents are in the same column. So in this case, we have 1, 5, 7, because this is the max sum. It's the smallest sum. So I remember a problem that's kind of similar to this one. It's like a dynamic programming solution. Maybe same thing might exist for this one, not sure. Gotta figure this out though, I think. So we have a choice of exactly one element from each row, and no two elements can be in the same column. Yeah, so I think this is a dynamic programming one. And I think, cool, I wish you luck. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm pretty confident it'll happen eventually, right? But don't really know when. Don't really know when. Morning grind, yes. We got Pat. I heard Pat is supposed to be streaming, doing a morning stream. So he'll be on the morning grind too. That said, like, morning grind is super easy for me because I've been waking up at like 6 a.m. for the past like 50 days. So it is very natural. His Riz, Pepe hands. Morning grind. You mean EU prime time? It is EU prime time. Vold Abra Dev, what is up? How's it going? How is it going? Oh, you mean prime time. Morning grind, you mean prime time. In the EU, it's afternoon, which is where Solaris is from. Solaris 428. Riz and the gem. Riz and the gem. I wonder if I should track my weight with Pat. I wonder how that would go. Like if I track my weight. I'm not really like I don't need to lose weight. I actually weigh like, well, I weigh 170 pounds. Nah, I don't. I have abs. I got a nice 4-pack. I don't really need to. But I don't have a 6-pack, right? So you could always lose a little bit extra, see if it happens. But no, I heard that like it's like actually not sustainable to have a 6-pack. Like it's like you have to put your body under so much stress to actually do something like that. But I am kind of interested in just seeing like what is the process of losing weight like. So that's why I would do it. I think I'd be interested in that. Like, so how is it to like lose weight and how is it to gain weight? But it is rough. It is actually hard. to go into a caloric deficit. Like it's annoying. It's not like a fun experience, I think. But avoiding emotional eating, yeah, and planning ahead. Yeah, I've never had to lose weight. I think I was just born like just lighter. I was like I'm like a skinny person who's like struggles to gain weight. So I don't know that experience, but I wouldn't mind like going through the experience of like trying to, just lose weight. Because I'm also not like super skinny right now. Like I could lose like I think 170 is not 170 pounds isn't a lot. I'm not doing those max 30 workouts. That's not happening. I'll weigh myself. I'll weigh myself every day. I'll step on the scale and try to be conscious of what I eat. Why not though? Interval training. I don't know. I looked at it. It doesn't really seem like my kind of workouts. Does not really seem like my kind of workouts. Like it seems like just cardio. Actually, you want six pack. I don't even think you need. I don't think you need like cardio like that. You know what was really helpful for me losing weight was jujitsu. I burned a lot of fat because that's a lot of cardio. Jujitsu. But like doing like high rep exercise, it's not fun. I'd play basketball too. That'd be fun. Those days, Ozemic too. Yeah, the drug that like makes you not want to eat, so that people can lose weight, but it like has like a lot of negative side effects for your body or something. It's brutal though. Yeah, you got to stay on it forever. Really? I didn't know that. Just because like you'll keep eating if you don't. Yeah, or the appetite comes back. Yeah, it was wild. That's wild. Okay, so yeah, I think with this one, like we just have like with the one, the two, the three, and I think we just go through it. So we start here, and we're like, okay, let's grab the one that's above it. So actually, we think we start here, but then we're like, okay, let's grab this one. So we grab like the smallest that is in this path. It's not directly above it. I think I remember doing this, something like this. And then we do here, we're like, oh, well, you're a six. Like, let's check your minimum. We just check like left and right, or check everything that's not that element, but they just can't be in the same like column, right? So you check everything that's what's the minimum value that's not in the same column for here, and then what's the minimum value that's not in the same column for here, and then you just go through and kind of build down your path. So I think this one's like 7, and then you just keep going down until you reach it. Yeah, were you looking for video ideas? I swear no one knows bisect and zero track. Yeah, I think I was looking for video ideas. And yeah, I think those are good ideas. I'll write them down. I'll write them down. Bisect, how to use bisect in Python, and then how to use zero track. Cool. Yeah, I think those are like really important too. A lot of people are like super focused on like Leetcode easy, Leetcode hard, Leetcode medium, but that doesn't make any sense at all. Like this is probably actually the stupidest thing in Leetcode, and I don't know why like they're even why it's set up this way. Yeah, for sure. Could make a video on every Python function. Yeah, there's a lot you could really do. But like, bro, I swear every person thinks like the idea of like there are just three structures of things is ridiculous. And like this is not it doesn't have any like there doesn't make any sense. There's like a league's difference between there are some league code mediums that are really easy. There are some league code mediums that are really hard. Um but everybody in like programming world is like obsessed with it. Like, oh man, they gave me a Leetcode hard, but that doesn't tell anything. Doesn't mean anything. Um it's the same BS game companies too. Hiding ELO because we can handle it. Yeah, it should just be ELO. Like there needs to be like some differentiator or something. At least like don't do 3 tags, or don't do 3 tags. So that doesn't mean anything. It's too overwhelming. Yeah. Yeah. But I kind of want to do like something that's kind of like that. The accuracy is trash too. What do you mean the accuracy is trash? What do you mean by that? Oh, yeah. There are a lot of misdescribed difficulties, yeah. Yeah. Some hards are easy, yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'll add those to my list. Like the one thing that I, or let's see, I made some pretty good videos too. I made some pretty good videos, and I think I can probably turn those into something. I don't know if people will watch it or what people will care about Bisect. Because it's kind of like you have to find like a limit. Like, what do people care about, or like how can you grab their attention? I think a lot of lead coders would probably care, or like beginner lead coders. So that'd be good. This one, I tried doing this thing where I don't know if you can actually see it. No, it's better if I hold on. Let me a second. Yeah, if you bait with don't write your own binary search. Yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah, like if you're doing binary search this way, you're like failing, or like don't do binary search this way. Don't make this binary search mistake. Or like I made $1 million doing like this binary search thing, like something like that, basically. Let me see this. I was gonna pull this thing up. No condom, Chris. Do you even sleep? I slept like 6 hours. How are we doing today? Doing good. Doing good. Just about to do some Leetcode. I made this video and just of me like coding out one problem, and I think I can probably do something like better. The format of it, I don't like the some of the text is cut off, but I think something like this could work maybe. I think. But yeah, this is just me coding out this like you got stuck here. Yeah. The kind of idea that I was going for was like having it like, you know, over the course of like from day 1 all the way like to day, you know, 54 or something. But like something where you can like see the progress. The problem is this is like this is 20 minutes in 1 minute. If you want to be a good content creator, this is fine. But if you want to be great, fix the attention to detail. Yeah, I mean, like I said too, like you guys can critique it too, for sure. Give me some critiques, cause that's how I'm gonna improve, right? But the idea with here, what sucks is I think one, I'm using actually the same camera, so I'm not using my $2,000 camera, just using a normal camera. Second thing, I am this thing you can't see the code all the way, and I think it's kind of like drones on for a little bit longer. Electrum, heck yeah, bro. You know we're crypto bros out here. You guys know Bitcoin's at 67,000. So we're all going to be millionaires if you guys put your money into Dogecoin and the Pingle coin. And we're all going to be there. We'll all be millionaires. No rug pulling. Diamond hands, true. But yeah, I got some Bitcoin. Watch out for the crypto scammers though. I think they're gonna be popping up again. Leak coins need to go on the blockchain. Oh boy. All right, so yeah, falling path, minimum falling path sum. I think this is okay. I don't know what non-zero shifts mean. Does that just mean that we're just not allowed to take the same column? So I think we can, do we prefix sum everything so that we can get the sum? No, we don't want the sums though. We want the smallest element that's not at this position. That's just like the bottleneck. Yes, 10 leak coins equals 1 BTC. I am a millionaire already. True. Get our Leetcoin token. Okay, so that's just the bottleneck. I just don't want to like iterate through and say like, oh, well, I need the smallest number that's not 1. You could use a heap and then just like pop it if it's in the same index. So you add everything into a heap every time. Yeah, in is 200, so it's not bad. I think we just add everything into a heap. And then we get the minimum number at each row. And yeah, I think that's fine actually. And then we can get the minimum. And if it's the same, if the minimum is the same index, then we have to pop it. And we'll pop and like put it back. So then when we go here, we can still use it. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. So do we do a DP array? Do we do DP array or do we just actually modify it? I think it might make sense to actually modify it. So then we can just go through, modify. And then when we go down to here, we just grab these modified numbers. Yeah. I think this idea works. For I in range. And then we want to skip the first row. We don't care about that one. And actually, let's not skip the first row. And then instead have our heap. And then start adding them into the heap. So like if I0, if we're at the first row, then we just do min heap. Or heap q dot heap push. The min heap. I'm probably gonna need 2 of these, one for like a current heap too, maybe. So we can start adding the numbers as we go, but then we're gonna push in the value of grid at I at j. Cool, so this will give us our first row, 1, 2, 3, and their heap. We also want to take in the position of it as in its column. And then once we get to here, we just want to check the heap and then pop it. And probably actually only pop it if its index is not equal to the current index of where we're at, then we'll take this current heap and do like a heap push. Maybe this should be current heap. I guess we'll find out, but current heap, and then we'll push the number plus the min heap. And then add that value to it. And then if it is, then we have to actually pop it for a second. And then just take that other value. And then I think we have to put it back. Do we need to put it back though? Yeah, we do. This might not be needed, but I think it's okay, actually. Like, it's okay because the constraints are so low, but I think this is an inefficiency. But so then we'll put it back. And not the current heap, but the min heap. And then what we'll do is go through here. So okay, what's the minimum? We'll say, oh, okay, are you the same one? We're like, okay, well, I can't use you. Let me use the second one. Right? We get basically one choice. And then we can grab the go down to the next one. What is it? This? Yeah, here, grab this one, and then we'll update you. Add this one. Yeah, just keep adding it, I think. And then once we finish this, we'll say min heap, just as the current heap. And then when we're going to return the minimum of the min heap, which should be like 0. And then add 0. So then here we'll add, keep add into our second one. Yeah. I think this is okay. Start with this as empty. Let me just keep adding to it. Yeah. So let's see how this goes. Going row by row. So here we've got min heap is not. Min heap is empty. Why? If we do like if like row is equal to 1, then we just return the minimum of grid at 0. There's no R and C, there's only N, but whatever. Bro, in what case? Index out of range? How? How is it not a thing? Okay, it's because the current heap. This needs to be current heap. Sure. so we can swap them. And then this one is just the value, which is going to be like I guess the bundle, but cool. Okay, this works. I think this code works just after those logic mistakes that I made. Let's see what happens. And it does work. Oh my gosh. Finished this one in, don't know how many seconds because I never clicked the timer. I always forget that, but need to remember to start doing the timer. So it wasn't bad. Not bad at all. And this one was a Q4. So pretty easy. Pretty easy. Q4. And then what is this? Minimum falling path sum. So this is the other one where you just grab like the up, left, and right. It's also not bad. We only keep track of 2 mins. Don't even use the full heap. Interesting. Min and second min. Code's a lot longer than mine though. Okay. But it saves on space complexity. All right, so we're gonna go through and do another one. That one was a little too easy though. A little too easy. I don't know if I should actually just do this to 1800 to 1900. Because I think I actually want a challenge. Always a challenge. True. True. Get an 1862. Okay, operations on a tree. Oh, looks like I might have already solved this one, no? Oh yeah, I did. This one, I already tried solving it, but I don't think I could get it. I think this one, not sure why I solved this one. Because I don't remember doing this from 0 track. I think this one might have been a DoorDash problem. No, it's not. I guess I just saw this one. I tried it. I guess I just tried it. Yeah, so we have like some tree with nodes, and then we want to be able to lock them, unlock them, and upgrade them. This is right on the night border. Yeah, this is the 1861. Yeah, but we're given some parents that are going to form a tree 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want to keep track of the users that are locking them. If it's true, then if the user can lock it, if somebody already locked it, then we would return false, I think. A lot of stuff. I should probably read all of this though, but the root of the tree is zeros to the parent, add 0 is -1. Create a data structure that allows users to lock, unlock, and upgrade nodes. The given node for the user prevents other users from locking it. You may only lock a node using this function if it's unlocked. Unlock the node for the given user. You may only lock a node using this function if it is currently locked by the same user. and then locks the given node for the given user and unlocks all of its children. All of its descendants, all of its children. You may only upgrade a node if all three conditions are true. It's unlocked. It has at least one locked descendant. It does not have any locked ancestors. Okay. Initializes the data structure with the parent array. Returns true if it is possible for the user with ID to lock it. Returns true if it's possible the user ID to unlock it. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think like you basically when you lock a node, you're basically sending signals downward every time, and probably upward to notify everything. And then when something gets unlocked, you're probably also sending those signals. And that's probably like the crux of this problem. And what is this? I think just that self. And I have like children, which I think is like a dictionary, or we just no dot left. Could do children, or we could just do no dot left and no dot right. And then like is locked. Locked by user. And then like self dot can upgrade. It's probably like stuff like this that we want to keep track of. And because of the upgrade conditions, we could probably even count the number of descendants. And that's the thing that we kind of channel up. So like if once we lock a descendant, we send a message upward to tell everybody that it. So like we probably want a parent pointer too, honestly. And that's going to help with like traversing through. And that could be a parent pointer, or it could just straight up be like full on like just nodes. It's a lot of decisions with this though. A lot of decisions with this. And then probably have like, I could even create like functions inside of this too. It'd probably be better for modularizing it. What's the best way? So I'm going to try to post this YouTube short. Can you add AI to YouTube shorts? Probably not. Okay, do this. Then put it on YouTube Shorts. Then I'll take the that and then put it on, post on TikTok too. Then hashtag, what is this, programming? Then hashtag Python. Get those tags working. Cool. All right, have these, and then I'll post it. Okay, and almost there. Almost there. Okay, uploaded to TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Cool. Okay, operations on a tree. So, okay, how do we want to do this? I think probably just do parent pointers and then channel up the parent pointers. I think is okay. And anytime like we want to lock a certain node, so we'll get like, okay, I want to lock this node. We'll just DFS until we find that matching node. And then, dang, this problem is like 3 parts. Like one part is like create a tree from list of parents. It's like step 1. And step 2, like DFS and find num and then call lock function. Right, and then so like here we're gonna have like some lock function, which is probably like def, like lock, I guess self. What is it, lock? Or then we just pass in self or something. And so this was going to, it's going to lock the node, or like let's set node to locked, and then move up parents and set parents to has locked the child. And then we'll have like an unlock. Actually, we don't need that. And that's gonna set node to unlocked. And then move up parents and reduce as locked child, but like count, like I guess num child locked, self.num of locked children. Something like that. This is like false. Reduce has and the reduced child locked count. And then what else do we do? I think that's it. And then we have upgrade. And this one we're going to let's see, make sure it's unlocked. DFS on children, call the unlock function on each child. And that's it. So this one's going to reverberate up and then reduce all of the child lock counters. And then it also locks this node. And then so it calls lock on this current node. Calls lock this current node. Yeah. A lot of stuff, a lot of movements, a lot of recursion. A lot of recursion. This should be fine. Okay. Okay, then what is this? I'm gonna try to get something to eat too, because I never ate. Actually, no, I just eat the yogurt or whatever. Screw it. Eat the yogurt. Okay, so yeah, so just gotta fill out these functions. Okay, creating a tree from a list of parents, right? Like, I think we just go through. Also, I don't know if you're still here, Chris, but I'm curious, do you use like generators at all? Or have you used like generators at all in Python? So there's 0, 1, 2. if p we have a node. Oh my god. Bro, what a difficult problem. Okay, so giving it this in this way. So like if p not equal to -1, we'll create the node. Should I make it as actually like a list of nodes? So I just say like 0 is this node. Like that, but then we say like, oh, well, okay, then that means that the node is right is equal to like just this node. And then for this one, we just say like, oh, well, the is equal to like node that p. So then we just say like, but do I even care about the lefts or the rights? Or do I just really just care about the children? And we'll do like child or nodes at child equals like child, I guess. Honestly, I don't even think these things have values. I think they were just literally just locked and unlocked. So we go here, start our node. Then we'll see 0. We'll make our new one. Then we'll get 1. We'll get 2. Yeah, I think this makes it. Now I just gotta make these as like self. But I think it's okay to just do children instead of left and right. Because I don't think we're using it. Cool, locked it. Maybe do like a can upgrade, maybe. I'm not sure about that. And then we'll keep track of its parent too. But we'll keep it as a node. Point it to the node. And it'll be nice. But then what we can do is like do like DFS. So like looking for like the number. So we can get the node at that one. So do parent and then with an ID. we'll pass in this. So we can say like parent, children, or value. Okay. Cool, that'll fix this, and then we'll do, we can DFS, and then we can just return the node, then else if node dot left. Then we'll just DFS node dot left. But I actually can't do that. It has to be for child in node dot children. Because I coded it this way, and like if, but child has to exist. So then we'll just DFS child, looking for that num. And then otherwise we just return none if we never see it. And then what we'll do is like find the child. So we'll find that node by just DFSing off the root. And then we'll be looking for like the number. And we'll just like if find node dot is locked and and if not, node dot is locked is equal to true, and then like node dot is, or node dot locked, or maybe give it a user actually. Node dot user is equal to user. Instead of typing all that out, we just say user. And then like our node dot lock. Maybe something like that actually. And we just pass in the user and then return true. And maybe just put this up so we don't duplicate it. And make it like its own function. And then something like that. So then we, I guess, find a node. But actually, that's why I attached these as a list so I could find the node really easily. That's why I even did that. Because like I just want to be able to find it. For its number. So I can just get it instantly. Yeah. Did want to do that. Jesus. There's like so much going on with this problem. It's like not easy for sure. I don't even know why I have these things. Because I'm not even listening to music. Okay, so what we'll do is get the node. I think we just check like if it exists, which it actually should. Maybe like something kind of like that. And then for the upgrade one, maybe do like node.can upgrade. Or maybe something like false. Okay, and then we do like this. So node.upgrade. And oh man, I forgot the timer again. Gotta click this thing. Have to click it before every problem. Before everyone. That's how we'll just lose. Okay, these are like kind of okay, kind of. Okay, so then we'll lock the node. We'll pass in like the user, I guess. We'll just say like if self.user is not equal to user, return false. So when we lock, we'll just lock it. So self dot is locked is equal to true. And then self dot user is equal to user. That's part one. Part two is move up to the parents. So like while, I guess parent, right? Is it just like node equals self dot node or self dot parent? And then we do like that would be self dot parent. Okay, wait. Current equals self dot parent. While current equals current dot parent. So then we'll do current equals current dot num or current dot number of locked children is equals 1. And then we so we trail all the way up to that links for all those parents to update the state. And this is going to help us when we have to upgrade something. But it can't have locked ancestors. So we also probably want to check how we're going to check if the ancestors are locked. when we lock something, we have to go through all of the descendants and say that their parent is locked. So like self dot like number of locked parents. Yeah, we have to go through all of the children. Have to go through all the children. I don't even think this is like a... Okay. So we'll have the children, and then we'll do... And then we'll do locked. What's happening? We'll check if it's valid. Okay, then we'll lock it. When we lock, we need to tell all the parent children that its ancestor is now locked. So to do that, we'd have to go through all the children. So like while, I guess like children, I guess, I don't know, like children equals self.children. And then we'll just grab all those, and then we'll do like children, for child and children equals. I don't know. New children. Basically have to get all the children, all of its children's children, and then set those. And then for each of them, we'll be saying that like the number of locked parents is one higher. And then we do children equals new children. Like that. And this is going to go through all of them. It feels more like a try type of problem, the way that I have this tree structured, but I think it's okay. Or maybe like a graph. Actually, it's more like a graph or something. Signal all of parents of lock. I could probably turn this into a function too, honestly. And it might help things because I need to do the same thing when an unlock occurs. Like honestly. So it'd be like self dot signal children like type equals. It's like a lock or something. Oh my god. Signal children type if lock or if type is equal to like if type is lock, then we do this. That means it's an unlock. We do the exact same thing, so we're just gonna do minus equals 1. I could just write the same code actually, and instead just do like just plus equals the type. And then here we just pass in like a 1. And we pass in like a -1 for the unlock. Oh my god, man. I feel like this is like object oriented. Just design problem. Oh my god. I'm gonna lose my mind when this doesn't work. Okay. So we can signal the children, and now we need to signal the parents. So we're gonna do something very similar for the parents. And then we'll just take this and like just slap it there. And then take that and slap it there. And now we can check all the answers just really easily. And then remove these comments. And then this one needs to be tight underscore. Cool. So that's that. And then for the unlock the node for the given user. You may only unlock this node if it's currently locked by the same user. So we'll say like if self.user equals user, return false the same way. And then we'll just set it equal to true and none. Did I do that here? We'll just return node dot unlock user. Okay. Wow, I spent so much on base -2 when I was actually so simple. I thought I had to do base 4 first and then find a way to convert. That's like a pretty interesting idea to do base 4 from base -2. But yeah, the solution for it is crazy simple. It's pretty crazy. I don't fully understand it. They were saying that like you have to understand how base numbers work or like how base conversion works. But yeah, I was looking at like so much stuff and I was like 5 lines of code and I was like, oh my god. It's crazy. Okay, where was I? Children. Then the parents. Then we have the locks. Then we have the unlock. Then we have the upgrade. Okay, kind of final function, but like then we're gonna have to debug this thing because I do not believe it works. But okay, so node is unlocked. So if node dot is locked and or it does not have, if it's equal to 0, right? So node dot number of locked children is equal to 0, or node dot is not node dot but itself, self dot number of locked parents is greater than 0, false. Change all these things to self. 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 So it has to have 0 locked children or 1. 1 locked child. Oh yeah, so it has a 1 locked child, which means 0. And it has to not have parents, cannot have parents that are greater than 0. And that's just all return false. And then if that's the case, then we can just unlock every node. So we lock it. I need to stop doing that. Self. And then we set its user equal to like whatever the user is. And then we need to unlock all of its descendants. It doesn't even matter. And then we just unlock all children, I guess. Bro, what a problem. Oh my god. It's so crazy. Unlock all children. So then what we'll do is we'll go through all of its children like this. Grab its children. Go through each one. And then if child dot is locked, child dot is locked is equal to false, child dot user is equal to none. And then we need to signal that it's locked to everything. I wonder if there's a better way to do this problem with better runtime than O of subtree on upgrade / unlock with lazy evaluation. Probably. My guess probably. Yeah, I don't know. Bet simp in the house. What is up? What is up? Doing finance things. Doing finance things. Yeah, I hate that I have to signal this too, and then I would have to signal the children and the parents every time an unlock occurs. Or every time a lock occurs. So it'd be like node dot signal children, signal parents. Oh my god, man, this is a mess. This is actually really, I see why this is hard too, because I think anytime a Leetcode problem goes beyond like maybe 50 lines of code, it gets really complex. Yeah, I think you can do this in O of height for the other two operations. So only bad performance if your graph is a line. So you do, when a lock occurs, you just I will try to code it up sometime. Lazy evaluation is a really cool concept. Yeah, I went over probably earlier today. I went over generators in Python. So like you can like use, instead of like generating all like the entire list at once, you just do it step by step. Because you can use like the yield keyword or whatever. You use this yield keyword and it'll stop the function immediately. And then you don't have to process everything. Only process what you need, basically. But I don't have that much experience using it, the generators. But you can, I only saw it really, I guess, for reducing space complexity though. Because you don't have to load the entire list every time, just only load the portion that you need. Okay, this thing is, there's no shot this works. Oh my god. I spent so much time on this. I'm going to probably come back to this problem. And I'll just have to like save this code. Zombie killer whale, what is up? I think Pat's supposed to be streaming soon. Everybody in the house. Everyone in the house. Let's say you want to convert N to base B. Let's say you want to convert N to base B. You can write out division and then do division. And the sequence is the decomposition of N and base B. If B is negative, it works. But right now, they have to be below and below negative B. However, Python does a different division. Where negative and above. Yeah, I'll have to look at all that stuff. All right, it's about time for me to eat lunch though. I'm gonna be eating lunch soon, and then I'm gonna go to the gym, and then come back probably like 5 p.m. to do maybe look at some more problems. Yeah, this problem takes a long time. It took me a long time to write this out, but I think it's good to get the practice in. I'm gonna come back to it because I am interested in actually solving it, and then I'm just gonna, I gotta debug all this stuff. It feels like more of like an object-oriented type of problem. And okay, where are we at now? I was curious. How hard do you guys think it would be to get a job at like OpenAI? Like, are they like one of those startups? Like, what do you think their interview process is like? Do you think they're just doing Leetcode? Do we have any like, I guess, details on that? And I'm also curious, would you guys work for even these companies, or do you just not care at all? Right, like full stack engineering. Leetcode is for generalists. Most companies will hire based on what's on your resume. Really? Maybe they interview about AI knowledge specifically. I feel like they wouldn't though, because like this says interest in AI ML, direct experience not required. I think most companies, just want really smart engineers, and I think the proxy of that is like people who do lead code basically, right? Like looking at this, I mean that's what it seems like that they want. They didn't say like, oh, we need you to have AI stuff. Like they want people applying who don't have that. And the same thing too with Anthropic. But the reason I ask is because these companies pay a lot of money, and I'm curious, like, what do you guys think about that at all, or like, and when I mean like a lot of money, I mean like AI is like exploding right now, so and the bottleneck I think for their applications is probably leak code, would be my guess, but I don't know. I haven't actually looked at it because they're so far out. Like everybody in the world almost knows the. Geez, dude, my voice is like dying. Everybody in the world knows that these companies exist, so everybody wants to apply. So they have like infinite talent, basically. ML is extremely hard. Well, but I think you're just helping their systems though. So I don't think you're coding ChatGPT. I don't. Maybe, but like I think that they need, like, for example, they probably need a database for their users, or they probably need like some internal tools that they need built, and same thing as like Google, or like maybe they have like some other projects or something. I don't know. But this one they do want people to have experience with that. Like ML systems. Like this is what they want. Anthropic. Um I think they have like their salaries too posted because it's required to by law. Um I don't know, I'm kind of curious. What's OpenAI's Glassdoor? Like what questions are they asking lead code? Or like, but they have to be interviewing so little people. Again, it's just high competition. If I go into LeetCode discuss and I search like OpenAI, like will anybody spill the beans? Right? This person has an interview, but they're just asking if anybody else. And then everybody's just kind of asking, but nobody's like sharing. I think this is just indicative of like they're not interviewing that many people. On Blind, yeah, they might talk about it on Blind too. Blind, Glassdoor, LeetCode, those are like my go-to research things. Um, also I hate how I don't know, it just keeps coming up. Like I guess I just keep thinking about it. But I hate how selfish like all the people are, where it's like they're expecting people to, and I know this is the case, they're expecting people to give them interview question answers. I don't have an interview with OpenAI. I'm just curious. But there's people like, the only reason they're asking this is because they have an interview. The only reason this person's commenting is because they have the interview. So like people really only care about basically themselves. Most people. But I'm just curious. How does it work? Um, System design, coding questions. Like, so this seems like it's a LeetCode interview for OpenAI. You'd have to have an insane amount of luck, I think, yeah, to get through that. Hard questions I couldn't pick up on time. Coding exercise was easy. They went to other candidates. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. I think it's just LeetCode. Just like the normal software engineering, I guess, thing. And then there's probably, my guess would be the same thing for Anthropic, but maybe it's like machine learning oriented. I think, I don't know. Anyways, okay, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and eat something, and that's basically it for the session. Went over, I guess, 2 hard problems, and was able to solve one. Have I done 1001? 07, 07. Good luck on the Leetcode, guys. I think you asked me this already. Oh, wait, no, you didn't. Okay. Grid illumination. There is a 2D grid. I can take a look at it. There is a 2D grid of size n by n where each cell of this grid has a lamp that is initially turned off. You're given lamp positions where indicates that it's turned on. Even if the same lamp is listed more than once, it is turned on. Okay. When the lamp is turned on, it illuminates. You're given another 2D array queries. Determine whether row I column is illuminated or not. After answering the jth query, turn off the lamp. At row column, and it's 8 adjacent lamps if they exist. A lamp is adjacent if its sides touch or corners touch. Return an array of ants where answer at j should be 1 if the jth query was eliminated and 0 if it wasn't. What are these queries doing? Where you want to determine if ij row column is illuminated. From here. And then after you answer it, you have to turn off all the lamps that were next to it. So in this case, we start with 0, 0, and 4, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are turned on. And then after we flick on, we check if 1, 1 is on. This should be off, no? We have initial grid with all lamps turned off. In the picture above, we see the grid after turning on the lamp at 0, 0 and turning it on. 0 asks if 1, 1 is illuminated. That should be no. It is. I guess my definition of illuminated is different. It illuminates its cells and all other cells in the same row, column, or diagonal. Which means all of these gain light. So this one is because that one is there. Yeah, this problem's pretty complicated. There's a lot going on. Don't really have any thoughts on it initially. Like it might be something where you're keeping track of everything that's like lighting it up. But then here we have to turn things off. So then we go here and then we flick it off because it's touching this. I think it's within 8 squares. So the 8 adjacent ones are just like in this box. And then you turn it off. But then we still have to like basically keep track. Maybe we mark the rows and we like flick them on. I guess one idea that would have, and again, I spent probably, I spent a very small amount of time looking at this problem, but one idea is to, you place down all your lamps and then you mark the columns that are illuminated. And then you just check, and it's like in 01, you can check if it's illuminated or not. And then after you do that, you erase all of these lamps that are here. And then when you erase a lamp, you scatter out and then erase like all of its illuminations that we're kind of tracking in this map. And then once you erase all those illuminations, and that's good. And then like we still know what's alignment. So then when we go to like the second query, we're like, what about 1, 0? Which is here, we're like, no, it's turned off because we already have a map that keeps track of all the illuminations. I think that something like that might work. I don't know though, but like keeping track. The only thing is like the fact of like scattering is probably bad. that whenever we remove a lamp, we've got to like traverse through all of its row, all of its column, all of its diagonal, but that might, something like that could maybe work. I don't know what these constraints are, but anyways, those are my thoughts on it. I'm not going to bother solving it though, but those are my thoughts from looking at it. I'll probably look at it later, or not later, but when this random number generator will tell me, will take me there. In random, we trust. Okay, and all right, that's it. That is it. I'm gonna go eat. Gonna go to the gym, get some of that health, that brain out, and I think Pat is supposed to be coming online soon, so you guys can check that out. He should be doing some Leetcode. I guess he is still sleeping though. But yeah, thanks guys for stopping by. Thanks for checking out these problems with me. And see you guys until the next problems. Let's see. Are there any other Leetcode streamers? Not really. There is a Leetcode streamer here. This person's new. Never seen them before. They got 1 follower. So I guess we'll check it out. Chris hopped over to here. I don't know what this guy is. I did problems from 1,500 to 1,800. Nice. Leetcode has ads now, or I turn that off. Get that ad block. Let's see, this one's 1896. Okay, so yeah, we'll, I guess, check out this guy. I don't know. Or else check this guy out. Insane. Oh, my bad. I didn't see your chat. You said in raid and Rosis. Raid and Rosis. Okay, we'll raid and Rosis. Not this person. Insane to put your handle as Leetcode. Wait, why? This is because it's very generic. Leetcode underscore streamer. And he's very anonymous, I guess, because he's not doing his name.
I don't have that much.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see Anarosa streaming. He didn't have Leetcode in his title, I guess, so I didn't see it. But cool. Well, then we'll raid Anarosa's. Check out him. BetSimp is here. So go ahead and do that. Let me see this. Open my channel. Can go check out Anarosis. All right, cool. Cool. See you guys, and well, yeah, we'll go check out what he is up to.